Alright, for this update you're going to see mainly patch panels. This is why you don't want to buy a car that's rusted out or you suspect might be rusted out. Because making up patch panels just isn't fun. And in the end, if you would have bought a car that already had all the patch panels you needed, it'd save a ton of time. So if you can buy one that's not rusted out, go for it. Even if you got to spend the extra money, it's well worth it. In our case, Studebakers are just rust buckets if you ask me. Hardly ever find one that's not rusted. Even when people say they're not rusted, they're still rusted. But anyways, take a look at this video and see how we fix some of the problem areas of the Studebaker. Alright, we ended up cutting the bottom couple inches out of the body right here because it was pinhole rust all over it. Made up a new piece on the bead roller to match up there and cut a pattern to fit, and we're getting ready to tack weld it in now. We just got finished up tack welding this piece here back in place. We still have a patch panel to put in there. Goes back in there. We also decided to cut the rest of the floorboard and the trans tunnel out. Probably make all new ones. But if not, we can always put those back in. But anyways, that's where we are at. We finally got all the patchwork done down here on the bottom. The body, about 2 inches up or so. Starting from here, just right across there and all the way up front there. Anyhow, that's where we are at. Our next step, we think, is going to be tackling this area here. It's all rotted out down in there. We'll cut all this off. Probably just leave that lip right there. Just put a flat piece back in. Hopefully it's not too rotted underneath that. Alright, we got this piece here tacked in where we cut it out. Videoing that earlier, and then I made a patch panel here, and that's the next step we're going to do is weld that in. We finally got all that patch panel put in. From here over up into here. We just did under this stair step right here. Followed her over. So we got that all accomplished tonight. Started on it around 6:30 and got done a little before 10. It's not too bad. And we got the piece cut out here in the cowl, cleaned up, and then shot some etching primer on it, back up in there. Alright, here's a patch piece I made. Go right in here. punched holes in it for the spot welds. It should fit right in there. Right there. Alright, we got these pieces all tacked in. Still gotta do the final welding on the top edge of everything. I got all the plug welds in there. Got that welded in there. Plug welds there. We painted underneath everything and up through everything.
All the red?
Well, just the very bottom.
Okay.
A little bit. Like that?
That's fine with me.
You can tack back to here.
Cover. Okay.
We're working on a little bigger patch piece here than what we had on the other side. We cut that one all the way back to the edge there and a little bit higher too. Put this piece of angle iron in there so we could keep this square so that the firewall I made will still go in right because it was wanting to sag down. When we get this welded back in, I can pull that angle iron back out. We're going to modify this a little bit so it matches the other side. Come out here to the point and then bring it back in. And then we'll finish the rest of this out and then we'll put this piece here in. And that's where we are at.
I can't tell, but I guess we can always push the bottom back in anyway.
We got this lower part here mostly patched up. Still got a couple pinholes we got to fix. You can see where I circled the green marker. But we got that all welded and add grounder all down. Come out pretty good. Still got to piece that there together. Then we'll be done down here, and then we still got to final weld and grind everything up here. Today Dad decided to round those off instead of putting another 1x2 piece of metal in there. So we put a piece of round tubing in there, finished it off the inside, and then made a panel come down. Still have to grind it off so it'll look pretty good. And we finished welding this. Still obviously have to grind it down. We got this piece here put in. Made a little patch piece there. Made it up there. Right here this is all put in. Where this, there was a original hood hinge bracket / body mount that went here. Over there it was too thin where there was a couple holes. We started welding it and it blew through it, so we put new piece in right there. And then we went ahead, I didn't tell you about this yesterday, filled in the antenna holes right here. So we got that filled in. Dad got all the welds here ground down, as well as up here. You gotta fill one more hole right there. A little bit of body work on it. It'll look as good as new. Our next step is probably going to be the fuel tank. Got one ordered for a 55 Chevy. And we'll be starting on putting it back here next. And I also ordered some header parts. So after that gets in, we'll start in on headers. Alright guys, sorry for the slow update this time around. I'm going to try and get one out a little quicker. Coming home from work, come out in the garage, working on the car. And then usually editing a video, getting all the video clips together, and then editing it takes a few hours. So I kind of do that after I get done working on the Studebaker before I go to bed, which sometimes doesn't work out to be but a few minutes. So anyways, I'm going to try and get the next one out a little quicker. I do have a lot more material to show you. So hopefully I can keep these updates coming maybe a little bit quicker this time around. But anyways, thanks for watching, and as always, please like and subscribe.